What's everybody? Welcome to Read It and Weeb, the Halloween episode. I don't know when this is airing, but
Hopefully
the
Halloween.
week before Halloween, because technically Halloween lands on a Wednesday, or sorry, lands on a Tuesday. We upload on Wednesdays. This will be the week before Halloween. I know when it.
He knows when.
I know when. It's just we're gonna be interrupting Dragon Ball probably or Pokemon. But right before the end of the book. So, my name's Davie. This is Esau. We're covering another.
Yeah. So this is a horror book that became a anime and a manga, obviously. I've never read it. The book watched the anime, and I suggested the manga for this because I own it.
Yeah, and I've never read it. I wish that was still true. Okay. So I didn't realize I've already like kind of had exposure to this manga through the anime. I've seen the clips go viral, and I've seen bits of the anime, and I didn't like it. And I was like, okay, maybe the manga's different.
No,
It
not
was
at all.
not at all.
One for one.
What
In fact.
unfortunate. I did not care for it.
Before we get into that, let me go into a brief details on what happens on the plot, like for the beginning. The
Please
way
do.
the way it starts is your main character Koichi, after having some sort of lung problems, finally goes to school. He was supposed to start up in school, his lungs collapsed or something, and then he's supposed to go back, and then they collapse again, and so or something.
Something like that.
So that he's supposed to go back to school, but the issue is, apparently his school is cursed, and he's not supposed to talk to this girl. Her name is Another. Her name is not Another. Her name is Misaki, and he talks to her. That's the whole plot. And no one told him because they were like, "How do we tell him without like acknowledging her existence?" Why don't they acknowledge her existence? We'll tell you that eventually.
I say we just cover the synopsis
Oh,
of
they,
what
like
it
from
is.
top to bottom.
Let's just not let's not cover like everything play by play.
Okay,
Let's
let's
just
go
give them
the lore.
what
The
it's
lore.
about, and we'll talk about what
Alright.
we like, dislike, and we'll get on to Dragon Ball if you want.
Gotcha. So the reason why the class is like, okay, cursed. The curse is there's always one additional person in this class in some way, shape, or form. And if for some reason that happens to the class, people just start dying every month. And people related to them just start dying. And the only way to stop it is to just choose one person and ignore them for the entire year.
And like, what's funny about it to me is like, why the fuck would you ignore the most like interesting person? Yeah.
Hold up, I am actually gonna like cut all the way. So after fucking Koichi fucks this so hard that people start dying, everyone starts talking to everyone again. And everyone is just buddy buddy with Misaki. Like nothing happened. They were like, "Oh, Misaki, oh my god." And I was like, "Bro, what a fucking whiplash there."
So now it's everyone's fault.
Well, no, they gave up because everyone was dying, nothing could stop it.
Okay, well,
But they were like, "Oh yeah, well we were always friends. We just, did it cuz of the curse." And I was like, "Wow." I mean, I get it, but like there was a lot of moments like that in this where there was like kind of whiplash.
I think what okay, so my initial impressions from opening the book, reading it, was that this manga not only is ugly as shit, is boring as fuck. I like manga.
Did you miss the fight scene? I thought you would really like the fight scene.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Chapter 4, I was ready to put down the book. It was
He made a mistake of telling me he was okay reading manga that was bad.
No, here's the thing. I like reading manga that's bad, but it wasn't like interesting bad to me. Cuz to me it felt like I hate the so I think mysteries require questions, and I understand that. But when you're constantly the manga should not be asking questions. The manga should be making me ask questions. But the manga is constantly like, "Why are you talking to me? Why are you still talking to me? Why do you talk to me?"
They should have just had the librarian talk to him. The librarian is like, "Yeah, I'm not part of the curse. I know everything. I could have told you not to talk to her. In fact, I could have done that while you were in the library and I told you to go to class."
And it's like, again, we come back to the point of like, why would you ignore the most interesting person? Like, as weird as she may be,
Jane wears an eye
interesting.
patch.
Yeah, but it's like he keeps talking to her because she's so interesting. Ignore just some fucking dumb fuck. Like,
Well, it's a lottery. No, it's not a lottery. I don't know why they
who the
chose
fuck would make it a lottery?
what random.
No, ignore Jimmy.
Who?
Exactly. Exactly.
But the thing with that is you can't just do that in the school.
No, yeah, you can. Because you pick the name, you're like, ooh.
Yeah, you just pick a name. It says Misaki. You go Jimmy, and everyone goes who?
Yeah. And like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
Or why not
whatever.
just? I guess. How did I thought this kid was supposed to join at the beginning of the year, and then he had his lungs collapse. Why not just choose him?
Yeah.
And then he would come into class being like, I don't know why everyone's ignoring me. But we eventually find out his mom or his aunt is the fucking teacher. She could have just said it.
Yeah. I don't.
Also, I hate that plot twist so much.
If you guys hear any yard work going on outside, nothing I can do about it. Oh well.
Yeah. So back to what I was saying. So the big plot twist is his aunt is the teacher or the assistant teacher actually. Why they hide the way they hide this is dumb because he only refers to her by her first name at home and completely they were like I have to completely separate my home life from my school life and I was like bro went hardcore doing that. He pretended that she didn't exist in his classroom when telling her about things and I was like why?
Yeah, I don't know.
I know why, but like I hate
Well, to be honest with you, I read this yesterday. I couldn't tell you what the fuck happened, if I can be honest.
So the plot twist is
It's the aunt
it's
teacher.
the aunt. The
Yeah.
aunt is the other.
That's
another.
like the most memorable part
Yeah.
of.
Sorry, we're skipping a lot of things. Plot twist. She's the another one in this whole thing. And it's really dumb because I watched the anime. I knew that. This whole time I was like, I thought the aunt was the teacher. I kept flipping back and I was like, no, that's not the aunt's name. He wouldn't have asked her this if she was just the teacher, flipping back. Why did Misaki ask to meet his aunt? She knows she's the teacher. Flipping back and forth, and then they reveal it, and I was like, why did they do it like this?
It's weird. To me, it's very hard to keep track of if you don't give a fuck.
Or if you don't know anyone's names.
That's true.
That's another problem with me especially with manga that are this short in series. This is what 4 volumes long, I think it is.
It was like 20 chapters.
Yeah. I don't know anyone's name, and it's an issue, especially when it's a classroom full of people. This isn't UA high school where everyone's interesting because they're quirky.
But my thing is like, if you have an ensemble cast, regardless of what you're trying to write, if it's supposed to be run of the mill kids, you have to make them interesting. Like making their designs kind of distinct from one another.
I think it's just you.
No, well, here's my thing. It's like there's some standout students. I think right. There's
The guy who gives him his number,
yeah.
the cameraman,
There's the girl with like the pigtails.
the murderer.
The girl with the 2 eyes. All of them. The girl.
No,
with the,
wrong.
The girl with the
Wrong,
glass eye.
not all of them.
You're right. The girl with the glass eye, the doll eye, which also lets her see who the dead person is.
Yeah, she's close to death. That's why. I don't know why. I don't know the lore.
Yeah. And like you have like those standout people, but for the most part, I can't remember what they're about, what their names are. And when people die, I'm just like, who?
The nurse one was like, for me.
That was like that was an interesting one.
Because the nurse was a character.
Mhm.
She was friendly. She was kind. She was like she talked to the main character like a human being.
Mhm.
So this actually happens while the main character's on the phone with the nurse. She's trying to dig into what the fuck is happening with this curse because nobody knows about it outside the school apparently, and the reason is that their memories get wiped after they leave. Wiped.
Like Codename Kids Next Door.
Yeah. So she's doing research, and as she's in the call, also she's related to someone in the class, so the curse affects her. Is one of the other big things.
Mhm.
I think she's the older sister, and the elevator snaps, and she fucking gets crushed and dies.
That one was like a. That one was probably like the most memorable death that happened for me. I think.
For me, it's the umbrella one because I have an umbrella.
That one's because it's a meme.
Yeah,
it's like.
But I saw it before the meme. I watched the anime.
Because I saw it and like I saw that clip going around. I don't know if it's necessarily a meme. I saw the clip going around on Twitter, like, oh man, like horror anime really like does it right.
Did you see the one where a like very happy-go-lucky anime girl falls down, and then it cuts to this one getting stabbed?
I haven't seen that
because the moment I finished this, that popped up on my TikTok feed.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
Um, but no, I saw that like this is what real horror is, and it reminded me of that meme of like SpongeBob and Patrick going up that tiny little roller coaster, and I'm like, sure, right, but it's so like over the top that it doesn't feel scary. It just feels like shock for shock value.
I feel like I disagree. I don't feel like that was shock for shock value. That was to show that these are incidents. These is not like these are incidents that are accidental. Things that can't be proven to be conspiratorial without being taken in context of the class's curse.
That doesn't feel like to me, at least for the anime.
Right?
I think it's better in the manga because I think when you're able to kind of let it sit with a still image that I can do at my own pace,
Yeah.
that's more scary.
I'd also like to point out the umbrella is way pointier in the anime. It
Yeah,
looks like a fucking weapon.
yeah, it looks like
In the manga, they were like, "Yeah, it's an umbrella tip, stupid." In
yeah.
the anime, they're like, "This she was going to kill somebody with this, and she got what she deserved."
Oh man, my spear.
Yeah,
Um, it's just to me, it's like it just doesn't feel scary. It's like there's
it felt more like a thrill than a horror, in my opinion.
m- even yeah, but even then, it's like what's thrilling about it, you know? Like to it just feels like okay, people are gonna die, and then they do,
Yeah,
but it doesn't. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's just
I get you because there's no.
sense of anticipation.
Yeah, well, the issue is we don't care if any of these characters die because we
Yeah,
know they're not going to kill Koichi or Mizuki because they're the main characters.
it's like a similar problem with Danganronpa.
Yeah,
That's what I kept thinking about when I was reading this. I kept thinking of like Danganronpa, where it's like
that's why
okay,
the nurse one stands out. Because the nurse, we were like, "Oh, the nurse. Yeah, I know
oh,
the
I liked
nurse."
her.
Yeah. When she died, I was like, "Oh."
That was like the Chiaki moment. Sorry, spoilers. For
What the fuck, dude?
We're already spoiling another.
God,
Might as well spoil another shitty
that
thing.
was like when Junko was revealed to be the main villain of Danganronpa in all of them.
It's like when Donkey Kong came and fucking ripped her in half.
Yeah. How does Junko survive to the end of her execution?
I don't know, dude. That Donkey Kong thing was brutal.
Yeah, I know. She was ripped in half the whole time. Sorry, he spoiled my favorite part of that, so I'm spoiling, the rest of it. I like that game. I have the manga for it.
You liked when you like okay, but you like Danganronpa. You hate Danganronpa too.
Oh, who?
I said Chiaki,
Chiaki. Which one's that?
the gamer girl.
That one's fine. 3 is the one I don't like.
3 you very much
I
dislike.
actively dislike.
Hmm. That one's all right.
Anyway, this is about
No, this is a
another.
gaming podcast now. Let's talk about something else.
And then we flip it over to just Danganronpa.
Danganronpa. That'd be a really good edit. Gotcha.
I mean, I have the manga. We could just like pause this and go read it real quick.
us both like laying down reading it with their legs
Can you-
kicking up.
yeah. It's like that scene from Doki Doki where you're reading with the what's her face Natsuki, except it's us.
Yeah. Sorry, to for real get back to another.
Yeah,
To me, I guess from an art standpoint, it really is jarring going from a manga
where every
regardless.
character is so distinct. Yeah,
Yeah. And like regardless of like how you feel about Dragon Ball, the art is meant to like everyone feels distinct. The settings feel memorable. The panel work,
the
especially,
locations feel memorable. Not necessarily the setting. Some places are just generic wasteland.
but they're still memorable generic wastelands. But it's just the way they're drawn is just like so memorable, and like I get it's iconic for a reason.
Yeah.
And it's like putting a fucking atomic bomb against a fucking crying baby.
hey, hey, I don't know. I say Goku's better than a crying baby, man.
But it's like there's like such little cohesion in another when it comes to art direction, where each character, especially in the manga, looks way better than the anime. Anime looks so ass that I watch clips ahead of the time so we could talk about this. The manga looks better than the anime, and the manga doesn't look that good.
I think the manga looks fine. The issue is they have issues like this. I literally turned to a random page, and so can you show this? The fact that there are just panels where there's nothing behind the character to show where they are at. They're just generic, like
Oh
stand-ins.
yeah, that's
And that
also,
happens a lot when people are talking about things.
I can't tell where anyone's at,
Yeah.
and especially like I can't tell where anyone's at, where they are in like relative to each other in a room. Um, and that's like a problem. It's like later in Bleach that they have that issue,
Yeah.
but it's fine because Bleach's art is good.
Yeah, she's drawn differently. Her hair, they put a lot of white streaks in her hair for no reason. Well, no, for a reason, to make her visually like distinct.
And like I get that's supposed to be like a lighting thing, I think, but like it's just not
But they don't do
conveyed
it
well.
when she's not the teacher, is the thing. They like exaggerate it hella when it's just her, because you can see all the other people with black hair, they don't do it as much.
My thing with it feels like a a way to not really make us feel like, aha, we could solve that. It's like I feel duped.
Yeah,
I feel
exactly.
I
Yeah,
feel
I'm on your side. This is bad.
yeah, it's bad, and I feel like duped. And the thing is, like, I also can't tell that they're two different people because some of these characters look the fucking same.
I disagree, but I think that's just because I read a lot of manga where characters actually look the same.
Don't get me wrong. This is not the worst
You know who's the
thing in the
worst?
world.
One Piece.
Ooh,
Women in
no.
One Piece. Women in One Piece.
Their
Women in One Piece.
proportions, yes, but I can tell them
Have you
apart.
seen some of their faces compared to Nami's? Like there are like 4 people who are just Nami. I was looking at a character. I was like, I don't know if this is Robin or not Robin. It wasn't Robin, I think.
I guess we'll get to that when we read One Piece eventually.
When, if
We'll
we
do
gotta
it.
do that in chunks. We can't
Oh,
do
of
that.
course, of course. Same thing with like some arcs in Dragon Ball. We're not gonna do a whole episode on the Frieza saga. Gotta
Oh,
split that shit up
damn.
because it's a lot longer than Dragon Ball.
Well, no, that's not what I meant. I meant like,
Oh,
oh, we're gonna,
like do
yeah,
an arc, take a break. Yeah,
yeah.
for sure. Um, it's not the worst thing I've ever read. It's and as much as like I kind of ham that up for the show,
Me with
um,
everything, hamming it up.
it's me during Thanksgiving, hamming it up. Me at the Bacon Fest, hamming it up. All right. Um, it does really good manga spreads. It does really good facial expressions. Um,
Individual panels stand out in some places where they're like, hey, we're setting up this creepy whatchamacallit. They fall flat because there's no proper setup to it. Like the whole thing about the girl, about Misaki living at the doll emporium, whatever, antique shop.
I
Uh,
think that's the coolest setting
yeah,
in the
that was a
entire
really
book.
cool thing. And I was like, why did the grandma just do it like that? Grandma was like, no, there are no customers here. Meanwhile, her granddaughter's chilling in the studio.
Yeah.
Like, come on. And the guy figured it out. The guy was like, so you live here? She's like, you figured it out. And I was like, he did? I knew. And I was like, oh man, there are no clues here.
It seems you've solved my master plan. What plan?
No one knows you. They ignore. I'm your only friend right now. How come she doesn't talk to people outside of class? She doesn't need to be friends with her classmates. I don't talk to anyone. I didn't talk to anyone in my college classes sometimes.
Yeah, that's valid.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess like if you were the link to people dying,
You wouldn't take a risk.
mm-hmm.
Why show up at all then? Why not just pass her? As like an individual, be like, you don't have to show up if you don't want to. In fact, she does that sometimes. Sometimes she doesn't show up.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like there's so many like
My college credits.
flaws. Yeah. There's so many flaws in this, right?
Yeah.
Like to me, it just feels like a cool concept, plagued with like uninteresting execution.
Yeah. There are also a lot of weird issues. Like, so the way to break the curse for the year, only for the year it works, is killing whoever the extra is. And once they figure that out, they're like, okay, there's nothing we can do. The person who just wants to kill people, the pigtail girl, because another over here killed her friend indirectly by talking to Mr. Boyman. She wanted to kill her. She's like, hey, if she's the extra, then, good for us. If not, I just avenged my friend. Didn't work because she stabbed her in her glass eye. Why would you, like, go for the throat or something? Come on. Also, why did that not, like, stab her brain still?
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, like I was like, no, the glass eye would just have shattered glass in her eye.
Yeah. Well, she was bleeding.
Yeah, I guess, but also
that's like a really strong eye if it stopped that ice pick.
That part was the scariest thing to me.
Yeah.
Because anything with your eyes and teeth, fuck, I hate that.
Yeah, same. I feel that. But I knew her eye was glass, so I was fine with that. I was like, okay, her glass eye stopped it, and
I was
then
like,
they
damn,
they revealed that it did not stop it. It just broke the eye inside the socket. I was like, what the fuck?
damn, trying to be Naruto so bad.
And then cut to the guy who's like, I just thought he was the extra, so I killed him. And then he failed to kill him.
I just had a feeling to be this guy.
He runs in. Do you guys remember this person? Yeah. Ooh, fuck. I thought he was the extra and I killed him. And then they go, check, still alive. Failed to kill. He could
So he
still
could
be
still be the extra.
Yeah. Could still be the
They
extra.
fucking stomp him to death. They're like, so what you're saying is you could still be the extra.
Yeah. I think the weirdest part about that, it was like, yeah, someone set fire to this whole building. I think it got struck by lightning. And 3 more students died in that fire. Including, I think, the guy who the person thought was the extra. I don't remember. Like I said, I don't know what anyone's faces look like.
Like, how many months are there in a school year?
I don't know. 1?
Let's take a shot in the dark. Let's say like 2/3 of your year,
Uh-huh.
you're in the school. Instead of killing fucking 8 people, just let 8 people go. At that point, by the time you've killed the fucking aunt, more than 8 people have died.
Well, the thing is, it isn't just students dying; it's their families. The first girl, girl who died to the umbrella, her family died in a car accident. That's why she was running out,
So
and then
is
she got impaled.
so was it that people die every month?
Every month there is an incident.
An incident, so not necessarily more than one person, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The teacher killed his mom before going to kill himself. Uh, Everyone died in that fire. Sorry, I think the guy lived. So the nurse's brother just was fine. It was just the nurse who died. I was a little confused there. Actually, no, I think he died in the fire. Sorry, he was just a character to connect the nurse to the class.
Yeah.
He didn't matter.
Jimmy.
So yeah, that was Jimmy.
That
I
was
think he died in the fire though. But
not Jimmy.
he was my favorite character. Oh no.
Fuck. One of my
I do want to
favorite.
admit though that does look sick as fuck. The scene where she's like just bloodied in an empty eye socket.
There's just like really good moments.
Yeah, the art. That's why
The
I
art
like
gets
the
better
art
toward the
design.
end.
Oh yeah, because they're in one place. They don't have to.
It really feels like the art just got so much better at the end, but like the beginning was like really hard to get through.
Yeah, I feel like as weird it is, I feel like it was too fast. Everything was kind of happening too quickly. We didn't get time to learn any of these characters. They had this character join partway through the year, so everyone like it was already ostracized him.
Mhm.
Nobody wanted to talk to him. Nobody told him he wasn't allowed to talk to the cursed girl. The cursed girl didn't say, "Hey, don't talk to me. I'm cursed."
Yeah, she just kept saying, "Why are you talking to me?"
Are you sure you want to do that?
See, I don't even read it like that. I read it just so like, "Why are you talking to me?" What? Because I'm just so fucking like, it doesn't feel ominous.
I like to set the mood.
It's fucking Sue from My Hero.
Why are you talking to me?
Why are you talking to me?
Ribbit.
Ribbit.
Yeah, you add the ribbits.
Ribbit. Um, her design is cool though.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of good things in a shitty manga, I think.
Yeah. I feel like great plot points, terrible plot line.
Yeah.
Some other things I do want to talk about. Let me they blame the 2 people, Misaki and Koichi, the main character and the cursed girl, for the death of, and by they I mean the pigtail girl who becomes the new class representative. They blame her for the death of Umbrella Girl, because obviously it is literally their fault. I would definitely blame the 2 guys who were supposed to tell him at the hospital not to talk to her.
Oh, absolutely. Because they were
Because
just being so weird.
yeah, they were like the guy who's supposed to be his friend was like, "Don't talk to things that aren't there."
What?
I can see her.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
He said it to his face.
Oh, who gave him the call?
No, he said it to his face right before he went to the roof.
Mm. Let's do this bit like it's a phone call.
Don't talk to people who aren't there.
What?
I gotta go. Beautiful.
Amazing improv.
Yeah.
We've done it again. That's what the writer's room is like for things we're working on. I really don't have much to say.
I have a lot to say, honestly.
Go off, man.
All right, so I'm gonna talk about this I'm gonna gush. I'm actually gonna talk great things. So the great parts about it are the deaths, in my opinion. Each individual death, in my opinion, is incredibly jarring because of the fact that um the way they're done is incredibly accidental, except for one. The teacher just kills himself in front of the class, absolutely bathes the front row of people in blood, and it's psychotic, in my opinion, to do that. And I feel like that's a great way to show how desperate the situation is, because this isn't the first person who's killed themselves because of it. The most jarring part about this is everyone's kind of fine afterwards. Like, a couple pages later, they're making jokes, and I was like, "Really? That's how it's gonna be." Another thing I like, and then going back to one of the more interesting deaths, in my opinion, the elevator girl. Like I said before, she's a character we develop like pretty quickly too, because she's the first non-main character introduced.
Mm-hmm.
She talks to the main character. She imbibes, like, she actually develops him as horror boy. That's the only reason we know he's into horror. It's because she calls him that endlessly.
Mm-hmm.
She's also very friendly, very goofy, very cute. She's an adult as well. Wow, an adult. Also, I forgot, we meet the doll girl in the hospital for no reason. They were trying to set this up as the this girl being like a ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Is their initial setup. And I feel like he wrote that and then went, actually, what if? And then
The
changed
aunt
the
was a
plot.
ghost.
Yeah, I feel like that was the entire change of the plot. And there are some subtleties that I like that they did do to make it like be like, oh, it's more believable that the aunt was always the ghost. And it's specifically the phone calls with the dad. There were points where the dad was like, bro, you've been here before. And then suddenly it cuts out. He's like, no, you're right. You've never been here. And then he hangs up for no reason. And I was like, all right, all right. There's a little ominous thing there.
I don't know. Like I see where you're coming from.
Yeah, like I said, good plot points, bad plot lines.
Yeah. To me, as someone who's like, so I'm
An expert of everything.
not an expert, but as someone who's like
Almost.
trying. Yeah, I'm almost there. As someone who's trying to write horror at the moment.
That's right.
I'm working on a short film.
Frank.
Frank. No, here's the thing. I won't say what the name is, but it's essentially that.
Yeah.
But I don't know what about Frank. It's so not ominous. Frank. Coming soon to a theater near you. He's at your house. Hey, neighbor.
Pee poo poo man. You won't be laughing after he kills you. Put that meme on the screen.
You're gonna die of laughter.
Say his name. You won't be laughing when he kills you. It's such a clean line.
This summer. Pee pee poo poo man. The poopening.
Yeah. Pee pee poo poo 2. Fucking diarrhea.
But now his offspring have come to play. The piss babies.
And shit for brains. Anyway.
Another.
Why didn't the guy who killed the extra just tell people after writing it down? He put a recorder down for it. Just tell people.
Pass it on.
Tell the librarian who knows everything.
Carve it into the wood of the school. Do something.
Yeah, he left a tape. He hid a tape recorder, like, incredibly out of the way. I forgot how they found it, but I don't care how they found it.
To me, it's like, it shouldn't have been a stupid fucking tape. It should have been like clues, because if he has to hide it for whatever reason,
Because he killed somebody.
yeah. But if he has to hide it, make him hide it around the school in pieces.
Or at least around the classroom.
Yeah, but let us as a reader find these clues with the characters and be able to put it together.
Yeah, like because they do that. They do weird, like, ooh, like, who is the extra? I think they say at one point. They do it like this: because I'm not here. That's like supposed to be a hint that she's supposed to not exist. Where's the next blank page? Whoop, 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 whoop. They do another one is like who is the casualty? There it is. They do a bunch of things like that. That would have been so much more interesting with hinting at if they continue to do it, hinting at they're supposed to kill the casualty. Whoop. Nope. I do like these colored pages. Also, what idiot gave her two different colored eyes? Why is her eye red? It's probably brown, right? Just not represented properly.
One thing that's so funny is
Uh-huh.
I think it is red for whatever reason. Um,
Yes.
what's so funny to me is that when it's revealed that her eyes are different colors in the manga spread, it's like a big manga page. Um, and the first time we see it, and then they're only like slightly shaded differently, so it's just like she has eyes.
Oh yeah.
They're like not differentiated really.
When he's at the dollhouse and she's like, "Oh, you want to see what's under my eye?" And
Another
it's
eye.
not done in color is the important thing to distinguish. Not done in color, so it doesn't look different.
Yeah, it's like slightly shaded.
Yeah.
I'll put the panels we're talking about on screen though later if you could remind me which ones and I'll just pull them from a place. It just looks like it's because of the shading of the hair.
Yeah.
It doesn't look
It does look different, just to clarify. It's much lighter than the other eye.
but because
But
of the hair shading,
yeah,
it looks like lighting and not different eyes.
yeah. That being said, they do say a blue eye, empty to all. What does that mean? Uh-huh. What? My left eye is a doll's eye. That's what they say. For some reason they were like, we're gonna attribute this girl to dolls. Why? Because her parents don't love her or something?
Wouldn't a doll eye be too small? Why does it fit like a regular human eye?
They big dolls.
Hmm.
Really big dolls. The ones you can fuck. You know, the glass-eyed dolls that you have sex with? You saw my message, I assume, where spoilers for Dragon Ball, where Goku's like, gotta penetrate. And I just sent it to David like, me when I sex. Fuck.
They changed that in the manga or in the anime.
Yeah.
He
Doesn't
doesn't
it
say
like gotta
that.
pierce through or something?
He just says like,
I have to be the drill that pierces the heaven, I think he
yeah, yeah,
says.
yeah, yeah, that's it, that's it. Man, I wish there was a fucking Danganronpa. I wish there was a Gurren
Gurren Lagann
Lagann.
manga?
Yeah,
I think there is.
it's right.
Yes, it's incredibly expensive.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I
It's also
liked that.
not translated online
I
either.
like that story. That's my favorite story.
Yeah, it's probably worse in the manga.
Yeah, and it's my favorite story.
It's me with the fucking Steins Gate manga. It's ass.
How would you feel about doing like one-off anime events,
I don't
like
mind.
Dragon Ball films?
I would like to do that.
Hmm.
As long as they don't like take up a slot.
What do you mean?
Like a podcast slot. Like three podcasts plus film, in my opinion, would have to be the way to do it. Unless you want it to take up one of the uploads for a podcast.
I mean, if they're weekly, I don't see it because this is gonna take. So to me, it's like ruining the flow of the series wouldn't be an issue. So I don't know. I guess we'll play by ear. Because I see things like Dragon Ball Daima coming out, and I know we're both gonna watch it. I'm not gonna count it out just yet.
I am.
To me, it's like if they can, because
It seems like it's gonna be a comedy series. I'm not into it.
yeah, maybe. But what if it's because
I
also
already
like
stopped watching Super.
little Roshi is like really funny looking.
I'll think about it.
Also, are we gonna get like regular looking Gohan again? That'd be sick. Long hair Gohan.
I do like long hair go.
That'd be tight. Everyone looks fucking weird in the new art style. Like Goku doesn't look like that. We know he doesn't look like that as a kid.
Yeah, but he does look like that in GT.
I guess. Anyway, another.
Yeah. How about not?
Yeah, so that's we haven't. Do you have anything else really?
um, the teacher's death, in my opinion. So a lot of these characters aren't set up, and that's my biggest issue with it. If they had set up any of these characters, like literally, like made this like one volume longer to give enough time to set up characters, I feel like this would have been way better. Don't care about the teacher. Didn't know his name. Didn't care. The first girl who died, the umbrella girl, almost a person in my head. because we did learn about her. The nurse, a great character, died. The aunt was just ominous the whole time. She was just spouting cryptic garbage the entire time.
He should have known at that point.
Yeah, he was like, "Wow, you sound like a fucking ghost."
Guys, guys, she's the ghost. Everybody's like, I can't react to that.
Who are you?
I can't take that advice. guys, for real, you have to listen to me. She's the ghost. I feel like I believe
that
her.
was like the whole classroom up until the new guy came in, where she was like, "She's the ghost.
Yeah.
It's her." And the weird part is they're clearly trying to figure out who the ghost is before the new guy shows up.
Yeah.
Because the president, the guy who's supposed to tell him not to talk to the girl who doesn't exist, shakes his hand and he's like, and he goes, "Everyone knows if you shake hands with the guy who's a ghost, he's cold." And I was like, "What the fuck are you stupid? Shake everyone's hand."
No one shook the teacher's hand.
I mean, probably. It
No one at all.
seems you usually bow to a teacher in Japan.
Guys, I literally shook her head. She's the ghost. Fuck, we can't react.
You have an eye patch.
If she's wrong, we'll die. What if it's a trick? Guys, I'm big for realsies. Ah, she said she's being for realsies.
Where's that guy who tells the joke but loud? Maybe he can say that she's a ghost.
Someone whispers to her. Okay, well, like, how serial are you? Super serial.
I brought a knife.
We're gonna kill this ghost.
Yeah, like, they're supposed to pretend she doesn't exist. She could just kill the ghost. Like, what are they gonna do? Stop her?
Like, she's they're having an epic battle, right? She's trying to kill the ghost. There's like an epic fight scene, and then there's one guy who's about to look at this. Someone's like, "Don't look."
What? No.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
You cheating?
Oh, we're dead.
Immediate, like, drone strike.
That'd be a way better plot.
There was a one plot point that they didn't show in the manga that they show in the anime, and that's another and the main guy just dancing around the classroom over everyone's desk, kicking everything, like having fun, frolicking. And it is the most like bizarre scene. And I was like, why did they do this? It was really funny. Anyway, sorry, continue on with the plot that I was talking about. The aunt gets buried under some rubble. Some like planks of wood just kind of fall on her.
Like
and then she's like, "I'm going to kill the ghost." And then the guy is like, "Bro, that's my aunt." And this is like literally like 10 pages away from the end. He's like, "The teacher's my aunt." And they show they do flashbacks and where he's like, "Oh, I won't talk to you like I know you in school, and you won't talk to me about homework at home." Is basically what they say. It's supposed to be a huge like what a twist at the end, but the whole time we're like, I don't care, just kill her.
Yeah.
And then Misaki is like, I'll do it because you shouldn't have to kill your family. But he's like, nah, I got it.
No, yeah. There's no like, no, let me take this burden. He's like, nah, give it to me.
Yeah. Then he kills her, and then like he gets all like everyone's memories reset except for theirs because they were pivotal in killing her. That's the whole lore is if you kill them, you remember it longer. Not forever, I mind you. Just longer, unless you're drunk. That's how they remember the tape. The drunk guy was talking about it.
That's dumb.
Yeah, it's incredibly stupid. Ghosts can't wipe a drunk's memories. Everyone knows that. You can't affect me, ghost. I'm drunk. Fuck, he's right.
Jimmy.
Yeah, just get all the students wasted.
What's so funny is just like they get to the end. We don't care at this point.
I still cared, but
just kill her.
Yeah,
just fucking kill her. But what's so funny is like, again, like 10 pages from the end.
Yeah,
it's like, that's my aunt. She's the ghost. She's the ghost.
Yeah,
and then that's it.
Yeah, I would like to point out this does not uncurse the class. They are still fucked every year following.
That's what I'm saying is like
they didn't solve the problem. Everyone still died. 3 people died in that fire.
Yeah, so yeah, again, like at what point half the class is dead because
Yeah, but like, why not kill the ghost?
yeah, I guess so. Fuck it, right? So he just lost his aunt.
Well, his aunt was already
No,
dead.
it would have been so funny is like he kills the aunt, flips the page.
She
All
wasn't a
right, let's
ghost.
get ready for graduation tomorrow. Also, he's in middle school.
Sure.
This might be a translation error from my book. But he's like, I'm 15 years old. I'm in middle school.
No. Yes? That doesn't add up.
It doesn't. Let me see. So I don't like translations.
Yeah, they are middle schoolers. Yeah. Student from North Middle School, year 3. But high school is only 3 years.
Yeah, so he'd be 15 in high school.
What?
You're 17 when you finish high school.
Sometimes not.
15, 16, 17.
Bro, this guy has a collapsed lung.
You're right.
Yeah. He might be, like, held back. There's plenty of lore, I'm sure.
What's so funny?
Also, they have a really ominous scene where the guy wants to shake his hand, and the guy's like, a handshake? Huh? Which is probably, like, something that translates better in Japanese, where, like, yeah, normally you would just, like, bow or something. Uh, and the guy's like, a handshake? Nobody does handshakes anymore. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you on?
What also bugs me, and this is like my big gripe with like stories like this, and like partially Danganronpa. With Danganronpa, it's like at least it's interesting. The settings in which you tell these kinds of stories is like weird to me. Why tell a story about a bunch of kids being brutally murdered by unexpected
By
tragedy?
ghosts? They're not murdered. They just die.
They die horrifically.
Yeah.
Um,
Don't you love Danganronpa?
but my thing with they're technically adults. Spoilers.
Fuck.
Um,
Not in
but
2.
but that's also my big gripe with that. Yes, they are.
I guess they aren't even dying in 2.
Um, but like that's also my gripe is like sometimes you don't have to make these children to tell these stories.
Well, there are horror ones that aren't children. The thing is, sometimes you want to appeal to children who like horror.
And I don't know. To me, you can do the same thing without. There's nothing inherently there. Like I'm not saying you should never tell
Kill a
stories
child.
that kill a child. Well, I phrased it better.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, does your story require them to be children? And if not, should they be?
Well, how would you get a cursed classroom without them being children?
You can make them older than middle schoolers, at least. At the
Oh, yeah,
very
yeah.
least.
Absolutely. But I stand my
And,
case. Obviously.
Your Honor, I rest my case. Damn, he's right.
That being said, I do agree. If the plot is unnecessarily contrived, especially being in a middle school, you could easily make this a high school. For some reason, a lot of manga like to take place in middle schools, like specifically year 3 or freshman year of high school. Those are like very popular.
And sometimes it's like it makes sense in the story where like your protagonist might be younger going into, a world that people are set out to kill them, they see death. Some take it more seriously than others. Like Dragon Ball does not take it seriously at all.
Yeah,
Um, how casually Goku brings up killing people. In Naruto, it's taken with a little more intensity. Naruto's shock in seeing the real ninja world at the young age of 12,
yeah,
you know?
with Zabuza.
And that's part of the world where Naruto is a child soldier, you know? Um, and they show his reaction to it. So sometimes, having your characters be younger makes sense in the story that's being told. Or like Fullmetal Alchemist, where Ed and Al are younger, but it's their own decisions that make them have to,
It's their naivety that is necessary to allow this to happen.
like showing this world, this government world, from the eyes of children who are forced to partake in it, is necessary. Um, this is just death happening so casually.
Yeah, and like I said, there are a lot of points where the kids kind of just brush it off.
That's my thing, is that there's no weight to anything.
Yeah, the kids were just like joking the day after the teacher died.
Like the heaviest thing was
Several
the
of them,
elevator.
huh?
The heaviest thing was the elevator.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, that guy's mom maybe. Anyway. Anyway. One of them got head to toe covered in blood, literally fine later. I was like,
Yeah.
I would need therapy. I would leave. I would never come back to class if a teacher killed himself in front of me and soaked me in their blood. Mainly because there's no one to teach the class.
Yeah.
Like, everyone knows if they don't show up in 15 minutes, you can leave.
That
He's
is
never coming back.
that is the real end to the curse. Kill the teacher. There's no class anymore. Assassination Classroom. I've never seen it.
He's never seen it.
I've seen the first episode.
I read the manga, the first volume.
Y'all want us to read the manga? Let us know in the comments below.
Or not.
Or not. I don't
I'll
care.
read it anyway.
I wasn't gonna read it.
But it feels like so much consequence. It like in the long run, they're like, I was like, wow, a lot of people died. But in the end, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Except for the pigtail girl. The pigtail girl was the only one was like, wow.
And she's kind of based.
Yeah, she's entirely correct. She was like, you deserve to die because you killed my friend, so I'm going to kill you. And she fails. And the librarian's like, I guess I'll carry her out of the fire. Everyone else can go die. This student that tried to kill somebody else, and they deserve to live.
Yeah. But that other student who tried to kill somebody, he needs to go.
He didn't try to kill somebody. It's the other one who died. The one who almost died, I think.
Oh, that guy died.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he died in the fire. They have like a face covered up, and I'm like, I don't know who this guy is. More faceless nobodies.
What's so funny is that you show me the face of someone else, and I'm still like, who?
But
the fuck are any of these people?
Yeah.
I'm so tired of talking about another.
Read it. Tell me what you think.
Or don't.
Watch the 12-episode anime. Or don't. I don't care. I enjoy it. I genuinely enjoyed it in the end. That's a take for another time.
I hated it. Bye.
End it on my note.